See, how did I know that I love Gabriela?
I was like, what do you want to do for your birthday? And I was like, we didn't know. We're like, well, we can't go here. We don't have enough money. We're two broke college students. So we hung out in his room and watched Netflix all night. And it was just something that clicked in my head. I was like, yep, this is it for the rest of my life. This is it. But I didn't tell him that, though. I let him, I think it was 2 years. And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. It's fine if we get married. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea.
When we first get out on a date, we asked a lot of questions about each other. We learned a lot. And we started spending more and more time together, even though we were far apart. And then just every time I looked at her, it was like falling in love over again. And I just would do anything for her, and she would do anything for me. We complete each other.
We felt really comfortable. I was really comfortable. I could say, do whatever I wanted, and I had no judgment from him. And we just watched movies all night. And I was like, this is an awesome feeling, a really good feeling. Oh my gosh, the proposal was...
She was in nursing school, so I didn't want her to take away from her studies, so I wanted to wait, even though she kept pretty much bugging me about it. Like, when are you going to propose? When are you going to propose? And I said, when the right time comes, I'll propose to you.
We were on a cruise, and then we went with my mom and my dad, and me and Ivan. He was being weird all day, but I was sometimes he's weird. I was paying no mind to it. I was like, whatever.
So I went out and bought a ring, and I went and talked to her. I asked her father's permission first, and I talked to her mom, and I gave her mom the ring to keep, because if we're going through the airport security and stuff like that, and we were to pull the ring out of my backpack or something, it would ruin the surprise. So I gave it to her to pretend that it's her own ring. And then when we got on the cruise, she gave it to me.
We were getting ready, and it was a formal dinner. So I was doing my hair, getting a nice dress on. He was getting, his suit and all that sort of stuff ready. And we went to dinner. We were late, naturally we're late to everything. And he was just fidgeting around and getting really sweaty and red. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Are you sick? And he's like, no, nothing's wrong with me. I'm fine. I'm like, okay, whatever.
I was extremely nervous up to that point. My heart was beating fast. The adrenaline was running through my body. I didn't know if I was going to mess it up or if it was going to be okay. I mean, I was sure that she's going to say yes, but you always have that fear.
The servers were singing and dancing and entertaining for the whole dining room. And then our server we had for the table was a server for the whole crew. So he comes back around and nonchalantly puts this plate on the table. And I was still dancing at the time. I was dancing with the servers and got up because they wanted me to be distracted. And he was like, hey babe, there's a special plate for you on the table. And I was like, I'm dancing right now, leave me alone. And he was like, no, there's a special plate for you on the table. And I said, I'm dancing right now, I'll get to it in just a second. And he was getting all flustered, and luckily my mom was there. She was videotaping the whole thing, but she's just leave it alone.
Yeah, she was so distracted by the waiters doing their dance they do usually on some nights. So she just thought it was something, just another dessert, and she didn't want to take her eyes away from the people dancing to get the dessert. But then she finally turned around and took the lid off of the plate.
And I had opened it up, and it was a little frosting in the shape of a heart, and it said, will you marry me? He had the chef take the ring and make everything up, and I was just blocked, because I thought he was going to do it in Italy. We were going to go in September. I was like, oh, he's going to do it then. That's our anniversary, blah, blah, blah. I was stonewalled. I wasn't oh my gosh, yada, yada, yada. I was just and he snatched up the ring so quick, and I turned around and he was on a knee, and I started to cry. I was like, oh my God, yes, 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 okay, all right. I was done.
Okay, so the thing I'm most excited about our wedding day is probably when we finally get to say our vows and exchange our rings and finally be officially husband and wife in front of everyone.
I'm excited to dance with everybody on the dance floor. Of course, the ceremony and everything like that will be nice, but Ivan's brother-in-law is DJing, and he used to DJ in Italy, so he's really excited. And I think the energy and on the dance floor with everybody and all your family and friends, and I'm excited to dance.